In Duncan, we've got a fabulous resource. He's highly professional, he's completely committed to the job. He does a huge amount to promote literacy, to promote learning, and his passion for reading and for books and for the children with which he works is incredible.
He's got great energy, he's exuberant, he's excited about books, about learning, about new technology, about information literacy, and he relates to the boys in a way that you might not expect of a librarian.
Duncan's no ordinary librarian. He's heavily involved in the whole of the school, particularly in pastoral matters in S2, work with information literacy, which he's put a huge amount of work into. In fact, a lot of his resources are used in places like Ecuador now, and he's just daft on football. He just loves his football, as do the boys.
Quite often boys will come in and look for something that they want to read, but they're not entirely sure which angle to go down. So I may start off with asking them what films they've watched recently, or which games do they like to play on their console, and from there we can sort of take that as a point and try and recommend them something. I think it's really important that as a librarian you are aware of the current trends in the teenage fiction and what the boys are going to be interested in.
The boys don't simply see him as a librarian, they see him as a teacher, as someone who's got many dimensions, and his championship of the library is just one aspect of that to which they are attracted.
2 weeks today, Finlay, okay? Thank you.
He's always working after school and trying to keep the library open as long as possible, and he runs a lot of events like the ESM Book Award.
He teaches them research skills, he teaches them about different genres of literature, he introduces them to new authors, and he promotes reading through a huge variety of different competitions.
I don't know where he gets all the ideas, from books, from recent films, to the World Cup, right through to the 50 must-reads for men. I find myself looking down the list thinking I've failed in reading most of them.
I think maybe 2 years ago, Open Day happened to fall on International Talk Like a Pirate Day, so we decided to do a big display of pirates, pirate books. We had a pirate ship, and everybody was clearly greeted with a proper pirate greeting when they came in.
The library, when he arrived, was quite a drab place. It wasn't a place that either staff or pupils would relish coming into, and he had a great vision for it and pushed and pushed and pushed.
It's really been his mindset and his brainchild, I suppose, to have the new setup. He uses it as a classroom as well as a library. We have a very attractive fiction section, and the non-fiction section is really a multi-purpose space.
He brought in comfy chairs, he's put up lots of posters, and he's made it such a lovely area to be in.
This is very much a place where people can come to learn, to read, to research.
And it is the academic hub of the school, because without it we are resourceless. You simply have the inspiration of the teachers and nothing to take that inspiration further.
Duncan's a fantastic role model. As a male librarian in a boys' school, football permeates the library often, which boys respond well to, and it's not just talk about books, it's talk about everything in life, particularly from a boy's perspective.
The class you had in this morning, what were you doing with them?
Yeah, that was Mr Hart's second-year English class. He had set them the task to do some research on either a film director or a film star. They were looking basically to write a biography of that particular person. So what we did was we showed them what resources they could possibly use here, talked about some of the resources, and then actually allowed them to go and do a bit of initial research, finding out about the person or maybe getting some ideas, and giving them the opportunity to then take those books out and get on with the task that had been set. I do say this to the boys as well, and that I don't really mind what you're reading as long as you are reading. You've got to read something.
He's really good with children and he knows what they like, and so if we ask him a question he'll know the answer and take you to the book straight away.
The best thing about Mr Wright for me is he's always finding a new book for me to challenge me.
And he practically knows all the books and every single person who comes into the library.
Well, he's really funny, he's really cool, he really gets in with, and he's really enthusiastic about all the books and helping us to read.
If they're telling me I'm cool, I think it's time to quit. I think I've reached the pinnacle, that's it. It's all over, it's time to do something else.